Why do we fix things that we know are broken? Open your ears for another story I tell on to you. The story of Judean the beggar as an adult. In one of his old cars, his friends ask him, "When will you buy a new car?" Rather than leaning on this one, for it is no longer profitable for you to move with it. It can barely stand on its own. Judean responds and says, "It is mine, I will keep it, I will fix it, I will shelter it." In one of his drives, one of the wheels falls off, yet doesn't share this with anyone despite almost getting into an accident, for he knew that he'd be laughed at or he'd be scolded by his family. So he quietly replaces the wheel and replaces the other three just in case. On another day, his wife looks at him and says, "When will you buy a new car? For this one is old, and you cannot carry it any longer. If you love it so much, store it up somewhere, but you cannot move with it any longer." Then he says on to her, "I will keep it, shelter it, and strengthen it." So then he carries on, and in one of his drives, the windshield cracks, yet barely against anything, for it was struck by nothing, merely by the wind. Nevertheless, he keeps quiet and has it replaced without anyone noticing. Then, on another day, his daughter looks at him and says, "When will you buy a new car and let go of this one, for it no longer serves you? If you love it so much, keep it somewhere else, then store it up, color it, but you cannot move in it longer." But he tells his daughter, "Hush, I will take care of this car, for I have had it quite a long time, and none will stop me, not even the likes of you, daughter," as he covers her mouth. Then on one of their drives, as he is taking his daughter to school, the engine makes a really strange sound, and Judean, being fearful, gets out of the car and pushes his daughter out, thinking it would explode. And in all this, it didn't. And his daughter laughed at him and says, "How is it that you're not even confident in the very same thing that you are defending? You know that it's not working any longer." And she laughs. And Judean, in all this, says, "No, I will replace the engine and get a quick fix." And now I have a question for you. Why do you think I told you this story?